know some of their faces have changed over there, but why do you think they gave you such a hard time last night with the Sabres?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're a good team. I think they have lots of speed and skill. They are able to create offense. They have guys over there that are having good seasons, and they're finding ways to score goals. So, we got our hands full tonight.
Do you discuss what the last season series heading into this one at all?
I mean, we touched on it quickly before the meeting, and then you move on. I think it's just good to acknowledge, whatever's happened, against your opponent before. But I mean, we're a different team; they're a different team. So I mean, there's lots has changed. But I mean, they like to make plays off the rush. They got lots of skill, lots of speed, and I mean, like I said, they got a couple guys over there that are having a good start to the season. So I mean, we got to be aware of that.
What challenges Tage Thompson? Big frame. What are the challenges facing?
Yeah, big guy, skates well, great shot. He's obviously one of those guys that has been putting the puck in the net a lot this year. So, as a D-man, you want to be aware when he's on the ice, not give him too much time and space. He likes that one-timer. So he's got lots going for him. So, he's a challenging player to play against. But as a group, we'll be ready to go tonight.
Any discussion, Morgan, has there been about generating more offense from the blue line? I think only 4 goals from the back end.
Yeah, I think, that's obviously an area that as a group we want to improve on and, be more effective offensively.
How can you guys do that, Morgan?
A number of different ways. You want to get more shots through, be up in the rush, just be more involved.
Today's NHL, they're sort of sifting the puck through. That's sort of like the game of cat and mouse with the guys that are up tight on you guys. Is it sort of just a game in the game?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, as a D-man, you want the puck from the forwards up top, but if you're not getting shots through, you can't blame them for not giving it to you, type thing. So you want to, be able to work on that. And I mean, for myself personally, I want to be up in the rush and involved in the offensive zone play and whatnot, just be on the outside. But there's a number of different ways that our group can be better, create more offense, and obviously myself personally as well.
I know you're not playing with Sandine with Morgan, but can you help him get through this time right now? He's feeling it a bit, so you're better than you.
Yeah, I think we all go through periods of time where we want to be better, or we expect ourselves to be better, and that's the challenging part and fun part about this is the internal battles that you go through as you face challenges or if you're playing really well. So, but he'll be fine. He's played here long enough now that he's got confidence in himself and his game, and I think we all need to improve, and we all need to get better, not just him. That's a goal of our team over the course of the season, is to continually get better and not be stagnant or satisfied.
Sorry, Terry.
Oh, but as a young D-man, that's part of the learning process. Isn't it? Is getting through those stages, right?
Yeah. I think it's not just age. It's not just about being young. We all have it. I might have a period of time where, I'm not playing my best, and you got to work through and you got to get better. But that's, again, part of sports and, part of being a young guy is, you learn about yourself, you learn how you deal with those things. And so I think it's a good challenge for all of us to, acknowledge when you're going through something like that, and work through it. And then, when you get through it and you start playing really well, it feels really good.
Morgan, how have you felt about your year? You're coming in, new contract starting. I don't know if that puts any sort of extra pressure on you, but just how have you felt about your start to the season?
I feel good. I don't think that there's been a whole lot of added pressure. I think that there's always high expectations that I have for myself and our group has for our group. It's been good. You don't ever want to be satisfied or anything like that. I think as a group we have higher expectations if you look at the wins and the losses. So it's going to continually be a battle to get better, to hold up your end of the bargain as an individual and as a member of the team. And as a group, we want to continue to play better over the course of the season and keep building towards something.
World Cup starts tomorrow, Morgan. Canada's first World Cup, forever. Are you a soccer fan? Are you looking forward to that? Who's the biggest fan of that?
I'm looking forward to it. Lots of guys come out of the woodwork around this time of year, and they're fake fans and everything, but you let it slide. It's a cool event, and I got Canada in our pool, so I'm looking forward to cheering them on. And it's always interesting when you watch a sport a bit more over a small period of time than you normally would, and it's very exciting when it's lots of pride on the line for your country and whatnot, and those players are extremely skilled, so we'll be tuned into that for sure. And we're cheering for Canada. We're looking forward to getting that going.
Is that luck of the draw, or did you get picked? Who's got Brazil?
It was a pool. It was a draw, like auction style type thing. So, we each got a couple teams. We got groups of guys that are teamed up. So, just to make things a little more interesting.
What's the field been like with Jordy?
It's been great. He's a veteran. He's played for a long time. He's got a lot of poise, and he's got that kind of internal confidence that you get over time. You just go out there and play, and he's been great for me. He's been great for our group, and so hopefully, in terms of our partnership right now, you just want to keep getting better. Keep working at things. Keep growing that, and but he's been playing great.
Some of those guys you played with in the past, Sheldon was saying you've had success with those types of guys.
I don't know. I've played with a lot of different guys, and I think you want to get to a point as a player that you can stand on your own, and you want to play with good players and partners and everything, but you want to be able to help your partner out, to lift him up, and your team, and if you're out there with your partner or a different guy, or you're playing your offside, or if it's on the power play or penalty kill, you're able to just contribute no matter what. I think Jordy's an example of a guy just with great poise. He's played a long time. He's learned a lot, and he has that confidence, and he just plays really well, and he just understands the game.
Dennis, what's the biggest challenge that you see on the other side tonight against Buffalo?
I think the biggest challenge is, they're a good team. I think they're a good, young, fast team. We just have to play our game for 60 minutes.
How have you felt about the team's game overall in the last stretch here?
I think we played good hockey. We had good games. I think it was positive.
What's allowed you to find a comfort level on the line with Zach and Dave to where you've now established yourself seemingly as an everyday guy now?
I think we complete each other good. We try to work hard, try to help the team, and just play simple, get the pucks to the net, try to score, try to not get scored too, so yeah.
Sheldon was saying he feels like you've kind of taken ownership offensively on that line. Do you think that helps your game, that you can kind of be that primary offensive guy on the line?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I have two good guys next to me too, right? Who can make passes and score too. So, but of course, I try to do more offensively and try to set them up, or try to shoot when I can.
Being a regular is obviously what you envisioned coming back, but how has it felt to sort of establish it, almost show to yourself that you can do this? This is where you belong.
I showed it in Florida that I can be a regular too, right? So, still going every day hard, so I'm not giving up. Just try to go every day hard and, try to stay in the lineup.
Soccer fan?
I'm a soccer fan too.
World Cup starts tomorrow. Who do you have in the pool? Mo was telling us he has Canada. Who do you have, and are you looking forward to it?
I'm from Switzerland, so I'm going to probably cheer for Switzerland too, but I think they're good teams like France or England. I think they have a good chance to win.
What does it do for the locker room when there's just something to sort of focus on? Get the guys talking about something different.
World Cup is always a big thing, right? And I think everybody follows it, and for sure we're going to follow it, and we're going to talk about it for sure every day.
It's a tough group maybe for Switzerland. I'm looking now, Brazil. Soccer fan too. So.
It is tough, but I think they played actually not bad soccer the last year, so who knows, right? But I'm from Switzerland, so I'm going to cheer for them, right?
What stands out to you about Kampf? It's funny, they did the video the other day saying, what's your cheat meal? He's like, I don't do cheat meals. Like, this guy looks like he's an amazing chef.
Kampf? Yeah. He's in good shape. Probably he's not cheating, right? So, but I think everybody's cheating, right, a little bit. So,
Toronto trouble last year. What do you expect tonight?
Yeah, I expect tough game. I think they have good team, and it will be tough but I think if we will be playing our game and our best, I think we have a big chance to win.
Yeah. Is the last year's games on the mind of the team, do you think, knowing what Buffalo did?
No, I think we are focusing on ourselves and on our performance. So I don't think we are thinking about what happened last year.
You enjoy about playing with Denis Malgin and just how he approaches the game offensively.
Yeah, I like playing with him. He's very good player, skilled guy, and he's from Europe. So I think we have a lot of similar thinking about the game. I think so. I like it.
Like what? Like how do you think you think the game's similar?
I don't know. It's we want to keep back a little bit more maybe, just trying to find each other and skate with the puck.
So has Aston Reese had to develop being the North American guy? Does he see it differently, or how do you think the three kind of mesh?
I don't know. Sorry, one more.
Well, I said it's 2 Euros and how they you guys approach the game, and him being growing up in a different part of the world and maybe playing the game in a different way. Like how do you think the three of you mesh?
Yeah, I think every guy can bring a little bit different things, and I think that's the reason why it works. I think so. Yeah, Greece is playing very hard game, good forecheck, and winning a lot of battles. So it helps us.
Are you a soccer fan?
Yeah, I am.
Who do you like in the World Cup?
I like a lot of teams, but probably my favorite is Argentina, Brazil.
Why?
Because I like Messi.
Think he's finally going to get it done, Messi?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Do you have? I know that Morgan was telling us there's a pool. What team do you have in the pool?
I think my group has Germany, Croatia, Qatar, and Ghana.
Yeah. Germany is a Czech guy. Is that you okay with that?
Yeah.
What do you like about Messi? There's a lot.
I think he's best player in the world. I think so. That's the reason why I like it.
Do you really not have cheat meals? We saw the video the team posted. You don't eat pizza or burger or anything, even one day a year?
Of course I eat, but I don't know what do you mean by definition cheat meal.
So you obviously you eat really healthy, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes there's one day you can eat something that's not healthy. Do you ever do that?
But the question is, what is the healthy and what is not, right?
Right. Do you ever eat anything unhealthy?
Yeah, but tell me what is the unhealthy, right?
A hamburger.
Every people has different opinion what is the healthy and what is not healthy.
So listen, Buffalo had your guys' number for whatever reason last year. I'm wondering, if that's on your mind, if that's something you're looking to turn around going into this one.
Yeah, obviously I think they won the series last year against us. But it's a new year. We got to look forward and start the series this year and bounce back from that loss the other night. So Saturday night in Toronto against Buffalo, so it's going to be a good one.
What stands out to you about this incarnation of the Sabres?
Yeah, they have a lot of skilled forwards over there. That first line is really feeling it, especially with Thompson leading the way. He's a big boy and he's a really skilled player. So we got to be mindful when they're on the ice and not give them much. So.
What are you seeing from Nylander right now?
Willie's flying out there. Willie's playing his game. He's using his speed and using his skill, and he's really fun to play with. I think he's been great, and I think our line has been really clicking together.
On the goal that you set up Matthews, how did you see him there? Because it looked like he kind of found his way into the middle of those guys.
Yeah, I was just trying to find 3-4 stick and let him do the rest. No, he was just getting body position and putting his stick down, and I was able to just slide it through, and he was able to put it in. So yeah.
It's funny, everyone I assume is looking for him on the PK, but he still seems to score. How is he getting lost from your perspective on the power play?
Yeah, he obviously is a gifted scorer, and he's scored many goals, so he knows where to kind of go and get in those soft spots and get open. So obviously that's a gift that he has, and he uses it to his advantage.
What do you thought about Matt's return from injury and how he sort of performed for you guys?
He's been great. He's been huge for us, and you know what? obviously he would have liked to win the other night, but I thought he played great, and he stopped and he held us in there many times. So Matt's been great for us.
How much did those goals in Pittsburgh go to your legs? Like, how different, I guess, are you feeling now versus the morning that we're talking in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, obviously, getting a couple, you can build your confidence off of that, and I just try to take it day by day and keep building off that, build off that momentum, and keep getting my game back slowly, and build my confidence and bring that to my game.
Who do you have in the World Cup pool?
We got Canada, so
you're in Mo's.
I'm in Mo's pool. Yeah, we got Canada. That's and then we also have England. And I forgot the other two. But yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be great, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, especially for Canada. I think the whole country's gonna be behind them, and I'm really looking forward to the start.
What does it do for the room? And there's just something different to talk about on a daily basis. Just the camaraderie. It just sort of builds. It's another element of it, I guess.
Yeah. Anytime we do like Masters pools and we do like Super Bowl and whatnot, and we just add this to that, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of joking, a lot of bragging rights. So I think that really just comes with it.
Were you known on the Scarborough soccer fields back in the day, or?
Actually, I started playing soccer, and pretty sure I got kicked out of the league when I was younger. So that was that. I didn't really take soccer up after I was 10. So yeah.
What did you do?
I don't even know. It's not even comment.
For agitator and all sports.
Yeah.
Lineup changes tonight, Sheldon?
None.
How much do you touch on last year's season series with Buffalo as you start this year's, if at all?
We don't. I think each season is new and teams are different and all that, but we certainly talked about the fact that we didn't do well against this team last year for sure, and we'd like to get off to a good start in the season series here tonight.
Knowing that they are different and you're different, why were they so successful against you last year? What did they do, or what did you not do?
Well, I think when we looked at it last season is, at times we didn't capitalize on our chances, at times we didn't defend well enough. They have really good players. It felt and seemed like we got their best game every time we played them, and we certainly didn't have ours. So I think there's, all those things combined. They have very good players, and you give them an opportunity, they can make you pay for it. And I think that's what, that's what happened a lot in terms of our defensive play. And then just, couldn't, even though the wins that we did get were sort of adventurous and kind of had to find our way through crazy games to make it happen. But, with how we're playing here of late right now, we're set up well to be able to continue to do a good job defensively. And obviously we've been talking about a push on offense, and we want that to happen. But look at this team in terms of the challenges for us defensively, pretty similar setup to Jersey in a lot of ways. They're obviously the size of some of their top people is a little different, but young team, lots of skill, coming at you on the rush, make plays in the offensive zone. A lot of our defensive plan is quite similar to Jersey.
Sorry, Sean. How much emphasis has there been over the last little while to try to generate a bit more offense with the blue line? I think only 4 releases.
Yeah, it's always something we emphasize for sure. I think that's just the way of the NHL, the way teams defend. A lot of times your advantage both on the rush and the offensive zone can come from contributions from the defense. As it turns out, again, this Buffalo team is one that gets a lot of activity and contribution from the blue line, and you can see it, the difference that it makes. I think it not only makes the team more dangerous offensively, makes the forwards more dangerous offensively because there's a lot more to think about, worry about. They get the puck in different spots and get defensive zone coverages out of sorts a little bit. So I think that's definitely something we always emphasize. It becomes a challenge, as early in the season, defensively we're trying to shore some things up. Defensemen naturally will be a little more reserved in their play, and that can have an effect. Part of what we've been talking about with breaking out and playing on the rush and being connected coming out of our zone is all part of sort of the flow that we want to have with all 5 people, and the defensemen are a real big part of that.
With running with the same lineup, are you at the point where you kind of want to get some consistency with the group in terms of roles at this point?
Yeah, we are. We've tried a number of different things throughout
this season, in particular with Holmberg coming in as giving us that natural center that we've talked about. I just like how things sort of settle in right now, and think it's important for us to give it an opportunity to play itself out and give it a chance to flourish. I think that's something that is important. You do, whether it's preseason and the early part of the season, you're still sort of trying to find your way, and you've got new players that you're trying to see where they fit. I think we've got some traction here in some of the lines, particularly obviously the Kampf line. That sort of solidifies itself in my mind for now. And we've mixed up Matthews and Tavares group a little bit, and the line with Engvall and Jarnkrok here is one that we've been looking to find some traction on, and having the natural center there is something we want to let play out. So some of the lineup decisions have been a little bit easier to make in that sense, and not easier in that sense, but still, Nick Robertson's here every day, and he's working his ass off and staying ready, and where every day it's a discussion about getting him back in, yet we come back to that consistency that we are looking for to let things play out, but it is a daily discussion.
I was going to ask you about Robertson, Sheldon. It's been a week now since he played. At what point do you say, okay, we got to get him back in, whether it's here or the club playing stuff?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's a daily discussion with us. And when he's here, and he's not playing, it's making sure we're staying with him, continue to work with him, whether it's development staff or our own coaching staff. And, you're monitoring his daily activity and his workload and what he's getting out of it. We had a very brief practice yesterday, but I thought he was outstanding in the practice yesterday. So that's something you're looking for. Does he still have the energy? Does he still have the life? Is he still pushing? So you're watching that. In terms of our lineup, I think we've already discussed that. But in terms of here, Marlies, whatever, those aren't my decisions. It's an organizational decision. But he's here. We want to continue to work with him and have him around our group. And like I said, I think the moment it's not a daily discussion, in terms of us, wanting him in and seeing that, that he's a guy that can help us, then it maybe becomes a different conversation. But as for right now, he's here, and we want to continue to work with him. And as I mentioned previously, I don't like to have our guys sit too long, any of them, particularly young players. And again, that's part of why he's in that daily discussion. But I think it's important for us to give this a look, more time to grow, but it is a daily decision and something we'll look at again after tonight's game.
I know you had enjoyed having Labushkin last year and now missing Jake. How do you think you've done physically on the back line? How are you guys coping?
I think we've done a good job. I think especially since Ben has come back and gotten healthy and coming into our lineup. He helps in that regard, but it's something I think you're always wanting a little bit more of that. Liljegren also, in his own way, when he comes in to the lineup, he brings that. Maybe not as quite aggressive as Muzz and Bush, but in his own way closes space and kills plays on entries and on the rush and all of that. I think it's one of those things, right? Like you want to be physical and you want to protect your net and you want to do all those things, yet at the same time we're talking about the fact that we need help on offense from our defense and all of that. So it's give and take that way, and we need to try to get more out of the group that we have here. I think with Sandin and Liljegren in particular, those guys I think have greater potential to help us on offense.
Speaking of physical play, you talked about Pierre earlier. What do you see his game at? He averages about a hit a game. Do you want to see more, a big frame like that, like physical?
I would like to see more. At the same time, I've coached him a long time. He's been here a long time, and you push a player, and at times you can see that response, but naturally I think players sort of resort to who they are, and he's a guy that defends with speed, defends with his stick, and oftentimes because of that puts himself in good positions. I'd like to see him, I think with the size and the strength, I've talked to him at length about closing those plays and being more physical in there, but that's reality is it's just not in his nature. doesn't mean he can't be an effective player in other ways, and he is an effective player in his own way in terms of tracking and being above pucks and skating the puck up the ice, and because of that, to me, he's a guy that you can rely on defensively, because he's often in good spots because of the size and speed he has. Some of his play with the puck is an area that we've continued to work with him on, and all of that, but I've seen an uptick in his game, in particular against Vancouver. I thought was his best game of the season for us, and that's a positive sign, but he is one of the guys that we've been looking for more from.
How do you assess Morgan's season so far?
Well, I think it's been good. I mean, it's been, we talk about consistency with the forward lines and such, and he's a guy that come to rely on having a consistent partner in Brody, and not just with Brody's injury, but obviously how we move things around with our pairings. He's had to play with different people and in different situations, which I think has an effect. But overall, I think he's done a good job, and he's continued to push himself and want to get better, both in his off season and even now, continue to work to get better. Especially with the loss of Muzzin, his experience and his voice, and the tenure that he has here, and perspective that he has been important to keep our group on task.
On a day like this, with the Marlies here, you make a full day of it, stay here and watch them, or take a break?
No, I'll take a break and get out of the building for a little bit. These are long days. But we did have the Marley staff in here this morning. It's nice to reconnect with them. They're in with us, obviously, through preseason and training camp and all of those kind of things. But to connect with them again, cross pass a little bit over the course of the season. But it is a challenge with with what we have happening and what they have going on, and they're off to a great start to their season. That's been great to see and follow along, and the players that have come up here have done a good job for us, whether it's the forwards, defense, goaltenders. So it's really good to see them thriving there now, and to reconnect with them this morning and have them in our meetings. And it's been a month and a bit or whatever it is since we've really had them with our staff, but to come back in and give their perspective on what they're seeing, both in watching our team from a distance and some of the players that we've had that have come and gone both ways. It's been good to reconnect with them here again today. And my own experience in coaching the Marlies, it's always nice to come into this building here, though probably not ideal for 1:30 start after playing in Belleville last night. But I think it's always a nice thing for both players, staff, and fans to come in and enjoy watching the Marlies here.
I feel Kerfoot is sometimes too deferential when he's in that spot in the top six in the wing there, and if he is, how do you overcome that?
Yeah, it's a tough one. He's the guy, we do want him to shoot the puck more. It's a confidence thing, I think. As your puck starts to go in, all of a sudden you're more willing to shoot it. I think that's really more about it rather than playing with. I don't think it's necessarily a situation of who he's playing with. It's more of how he's feeling about his game. So he's a guy we've seen can contribute offensively and can score big goals for us at key times. Just clear your mind. That's the biggest thing, and that's for all of our guys that it hasn't gone in for offensively. It's trust the process, trust your skills, stay with it. That's really the message. But Kerf does a ton of things for us, without the puck and with the puck in terms of making plays and driving play that really help us win games. And I think that's one of the important things here is since we've come back from California, and there was a lot of attention with how we were playing and the results we were getting. We've come back here and we haven't played perfect games. We've lost one game out of 8 since we've come back from that California trip in regulation. There's a lot of good things happening with our team. We've been celebrating that and trying to really drive that home. When I talk about celebrating, it's more about rather than us going at the things that haven't been going well, it's like, look at what we're doing, and it's given us chances to either to close out games in third periods or to be in games to get into overtime. We've been doing a lot of good things there, so we're going to continue to build on that, and we feel good about it. So that's what all of our players know, that the other side of it, once the other side clicks, we think we could go on a real good run here. And despite all that, we've still been in a good spot and given ourselves a chance to pick up points consistently. So let's just stay with what we're doing, both in things we're doing well and the process we've been taking to improve in the areas we know we need to get better in.